is scream. And just walk away. And leave me and everyone here alone, or I will. I'll scream.
I risked everything for you. You're my bug. I was only doing the hard things mothers have to do to protect their young.
I know what you've done. I've had to live with it every day of my life. But I don't want these people to hurt you. I just want you to go. Please, Mom. I just want you to go. I'm giving you a choice. Which is more than you've ever given me.
I was just trying to make you strong. But you're not one of us. You never were.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead Talk Live. I'm your host, Viz, from Walking Dead Now. Our broadcast tonight and every night is simultaneously streamed to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to welcome all our regular viewers as well as our first-time viewers. We hope you could spend the next hour with us and just sit back and participate in the conversation. You can find all the information about our show by visiting us on the web at deadtalklive.com. Marko is going to be handling the text chats tonight, and I will be talking to you guys live in the air. So I want to get your guys' opinion. What do you guys think of me adding that little opening clip after the introduction about the topic we're going to be talking about today? Do you guys like that? Hey, Toby, thank you for joining us. Hey, Trust God. William is joining us. Mohammed is giving us lots of hearts. Saz is with us on Instagram. Danby Sports. Derek is with us on YouTube. Sorry, Saz is with us on YouTube. Nicholas is with us on YouTube. Drake is with us on YouTube. Summer is with us on YouTube. I want to welcome everybody here. Ismail is with us. Cameron says, loved it. It's my first night, but I loved it. Great. Thank you for joining us, Cameron. It's great to have you on our show, and we hope you enjoy it. GU1M says, nice. Like it. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys like it. Me and Marko like it. Hey, Kimmy. Kimmy121964 is joining us on Instagram. Williams Matt 9. Hey Matt Williams, how you doing? Glad to have you with us. Getting a lot of floating love hearts on Instagram. I love those. Drake on YouTube writes, pretty good. Love it. My first live. Well, welcome. Welcome to all our first time viewers. It's great to have you. I love when we get new people in here. We're all a big family here, and we welcome you to our family. So, you know, I'm glad you guys like that, and I'm going to try to be doing that a little bit more often, depending on what our topic is going to be for that night, trying to find that little clip that really fits nicely with what we're going to be talking about. After our show last night, I had a really great conversation with our longtime Instagram loyal viewer, Kimmy121964. Thank you for joining us tonight, Kimmy. She's on Instagram right now. Andrew Valentine, another longtime viewer, has just joined us. Welcome, Andrew. Thank you for joining us tonight. So anyway, last night I had this amazing conversation with Kimmy on Instagram. I really got to know her some more, as I would love to get to know all of you better, you know, after the show by messaging and so on. And she shared some amazing pictures with me that I'm going to share with you guys here in a minute. And through Kimmy, we were able to land another guest interview for this coming Thursday. And Kimmy, I just want to thank you so much for hooking this up. This is all you. Thank you so much for doing this. But this Thursday, we are going to be having another special guest. I posted a picture on Instagram shortly before tonight's show with Morgan, getting that food from the Whisperer, and everybody freaked out. Is JD Morgan coming on the show? No, it's not JD Morgan, guys. I think JD Morgan is going to be coming on the show eventually, but we're not quite there yet. But I have no doubt that he's going to be joining us at some time in the future. But we are actually getting someone who is in that picture that I posted. Thanks to Kimmy, we are getting a background whisperer. And he's in that picture. I'll bring it up again for you guys to see. It's great. He's a background whisperer who doesn't wear a mask. His mask is off in these scenes, and he's a background whisperer that appeared in multiple scenes on The Walking Dead. He's also appeared on Netflix Stranger Things. I love that show. And he's also appeared on Cobra Kai. And that's not even his biggest talent. His biggest talent, I'm going to get to show you as well, to what he loves doing. And I think you guys are going to love it as well. His name is Wesley Hale. He's going to be joining us, like I said, this coming Thursday. So like I said, I was just so amazed at the information and pictures that Kimmy shared with me. We had a great conversation. I was just so amazed that I immediately... we have a call. Hello, you're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. You there? Anyone there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. I just have one quick question. Like I said, this is my first night in, and what are your thoughts of them actually taking this time to make a new episode for the season finale and possibly introduce Rick and Maggie back in the same scene?
No, that would suck. No.
That would suck, you say?
Yeah, no. Rick is not coming back. As much as you guys and everybody, including me, would love to see him back, he's not coming back. He's not coming back to the show. He's making 3 movies. And Maggie is coming in the finale. She's going to be there.
Well, I know that. That. I was just wondering if you thought that Rick would be joining her, because a few of my friends have said that they believe he is.
No. That's absolutely false. That's not going to happen. No way in hell. No, those are just rumors. They're false rumors. They're not going to happen. Rick is not going to be joining Maggie in the finale. The next time we see Rick Grimes, it's going to be in the movies. Yeah. Rick is not that masked person. Rick is no. He's not coming back in this finale. He's not coming back in season 11. If there's any, I'm talking about a remote possibility of us ever even seeing Rick on the TV show again, he may, and this is a small possibility, he may come back for the series finale when they actually do the last episode of the show. In the last season, on the last episode, depending on how the movies play out, that is the only chance we are going to get Rick back on the TV show. We're going to see plenty of Rick Grimes on the movies. The movies are going to be spectacular. They're going to be great. We're going to find out what happened to him in the missing 6 to 7 years. And we already know there's going to be so many confirmed characters from the show that are going to be making an appearance. So I'm sorry to kind of burst your bubble there, but I think
no, none taken at all.
Yeah. I would love to see Rick as well, but it's just not going to happen. That's not how it's going to play out. So I really appreciate the call though and the question, and I want to welcome you to our family here. And like I said, thank you so much for calling.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. I hope you continue to join us, and please feel free to call again, okay?
You got it.
And
Bye.
what's just so I know, what's your username?
It was Cameron O'Seen.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Okay. I'll talk to you
Yes,
soon.
sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. You too. Bye bye. All right, guys. Yeah. We would all love to see Rick make this miraculous appearance in this finale, but no, that's not going to happen. And to get to some news, Toby is leaving us. Good night, Toby. He says I have planning ideas for Viz. He's working on our t-shirt artwork. Thank you for joining us, Toby, on Instagram tonight. AMC did sort of officially announce that the finale is done today. They did say it is done. The finale is done, and they are going to be announcing the date for the finale sometime very soon. It could be this week, it could be next week, not when it airs, when they announce when it's going to air. It could be sometime this week that just started or sometime next week, but they have confirmed that it's done. Just like I speculated last week. I speculated last week that they're probably done and have been done for a little while, and it's just now a matter of scheduling. And I was right. And I know Summer agreed with me on YouTube. A lot of people agreed with me. Hey, Kim Cobb, thank you for joining us. Appreciado has joined us, SB17 on Instagram. So, yeah, they did announce today that it's just now a matter of getting a date. I'm pretty sure they have a date, and they're going to be announcing it over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, maybe this week, maybe next week. And then I would guess from the time they announce it, it's probably going to be 2 more weeks until we see it. So I'm hoping in 4 weeks or less, by this time, in July, like mid-July, we will have seen the finale, which is great because now we're going to get a tangible date, and we're going to have a date to look forward to. So I'm hoping within the next 4 weeks, we actually get to watch the finale. So Marko makes a good point. It's going to be right around the time of Comic-Con. And I bet you that's not by coincidence either. Hard Production writes, do you think it's still going to be on Sunday? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I don't see why they would change the date. Friday nights and Sunday nights are the 2 biggest TV viewing nights. You would think Saturday as well, but it's not. Even for this show, viewership on Saturday tanks. For some reason, Friday nights and Saturday nights are the times when people love to watch shows. Don't get it, but it is. It's the truth. So it's going to be on a Sunday night. So like I said, hopefully by this time next month, we'll be talking about the finale. So going back to Kimmy, and all the information that I found out yesterday, she has met so many people. I've got plenty of pictures, and I'm going to get to them in just a second. So what I did is I made Kimmy just like I made Saz our official contributor. I made Kimmy in charge of getting us celebrity guests. She lives just several hours away from Sonoy, Georgia. She has visited the set. She's been on the Walking Dead tours. She has met so many of them. She's been to Norman Reedus's and Greg Nicotero's restaurant. And she's even had J.D. Morgan personally tweet her on Twitter. That's just fascinating. That's just amazing. She's had a social media conversation with Negan, J.D. Morgan. So for me, it was a no-brainer to bring her on board. And that just proves my point of what I've been making for a while now about our show, Dead Talk Live. What makes this so special is you guys, the viewers. All of us together is what makes this show so special. And it shows that when people get together with a common interest like we do every night here at 9:30, and we collaborate, special things happen. Some very special things happen. Kimmy, our viewer, was able to get us this interview with Wesley Hale. We were able to get Matt, who played the Savior extra, because he just walked into our live stream one night and announced himself. And he agreed to come on our show. Marko got us Abraham, Michael Cudlitz. I mean, like, wow. So everything is really falling into place, and it really proves what I've been saying from the beginning. You guys are not, I don't see you guys as our viewers. I see everyone here as a contributor to this show. The success of Dead Talk Live is because of you guys, and all of you guys. The new people that have joined us today, and our longtime viewers who have been watching us from the beginning. So I want to say a very special thank you to all of you for making our show great, and our viewership is growing tremendously day by day. And like I said, I have no doubt that we're going to get names, like J.D. Morgan and beyond as guests on our show here. So with that being said, let's take a look at Kimmy's pictures, because there's a lot of pictures I need to show you guys. So this is the picture I posted on Instagram about a half hour or so before tonight's show. And Wesley Hale, who's going to be joining us, is the person in the back. If you look right behind Negan's head, the person who's standing just in front of Beta, he's actually butchering the meat. That's Wesley Hale, okay? He's standing right next to Beta, and he's our guest who's going to be joining us this coming Thursday. And he just sent me this picture minutes before we went live, and it was an amazing shot. I think we all remember this scene where Negan just wanted to get something to eat, and Beta was really jerking him around. And that whisperer that he sat next to, gave him some food. I guess he felt sorry for him. So this is a great shot, and it shows our guest right there, right behind Negan's head. We even have he was in more scenes that I'm going to show you here as well. So this is a picture he sent me, and he's the one who labeled it. And obviously you could see him where he says me. He is standing right behind Lydia. Okay? So that's him again. Again, he's not wearing the Whisperer mask, which is great. You can sort of see his face. That's Beta. And of course we have Lydia right there and Alpha. And we have Wesley Hale in the background. So this is a great shot as well. That shows him in the show. And his wife, this is what makes this amazing even more. His wife was also on the show. And she also played a background whisperer. I think that's so amazing. You have a husband-wife team that were both on The Walking Dead playing background whisperers. So that's just phenomenal. Lane Loves has joined us on Instagram. Mickey has joined us on Instagram. Rover7552 has joined us on Instagram. Walking Dead 701, La Familia 2, Little Princess, Trust God writes amazing. Yep. So let's go. We have plenty of pictures to go through here. So this is his wife. This is Wesley's wife. It's not the one that Alpha is staring at. Wesley's wife is the woman that is between the two trees. That was her role on The Walking Dead. So you can see her right there in the background, standing between the two trees. I asked Wesley if his wife can join us as well, and she might join us for a few minutes as well. I would love to talk to the both of them, but she's hopefully going to be joining us as well, and that's her between the two trees in The Walking Dead. So next picture here. So this is Wesley in Stranger Things. How many of you guys saw the last season of Stranger Things on Netflix? I'm a big Stranger Things fan. I don't know how many Stranger Things fans we have in here, but Wesley is the guy on the right. That's the Russians that were coming after the kids sorry, lost my concentration there for a second. In Stranger Things, Wesley's the one on the right with the red stripe jacket on, holding the gun with the silencer. Saz writes, yes, love Stranger Things. Trust God, I'm a fan. Bonjour. Turcot244 has joined us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. So Kimmy also watches Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. So that's our guest as well. This is his role that he had on Stranger Things. And let's go on. This is him again on the show Cobra Kai. Okay, he played a cop on Cobra Kai, and that's him right there in the obviously in the cop's uniform. So, and like I said, his TV show appearances is it's not his biggest talent. I'm going to show you what this guy does, and you guys your jaws are gonna drop to what he does. And we're going to get to that right here on this next picture. What he does is he designs, handcrafts whisperer masks, in particular alpha and beta masks, custom made alpha and beta masks. And this is a picture of just one of the molds that he uses to make the masks. So if you guys this Halloween want to go as alpha or beta, if you have a little bit of extra money to spend and you don't want to buy a generic alpha or beta mask, or if you just want a mask that looks identical, and I mean identical, I'm going to show you here in a second, identical mask to what they have on the show, then please contact Wesley. His prices are not bad at all. I'm going to mention them here in a second. Let me show you some more masks. That's the alpha mask mold right there. I think that's the actual mask before the makeup is applied. The hair, perfect. I mean, every detail is beautiful. And Kimmy says these pictures don't do the masks justice. And I believe her. Kimmy also writes these films these films in the area as well. Andrew writes, Stranger Things, good show, absolutely. So this is the alpha mask. I love it. More great pictures coming up. So that's Wesley. And you could see, I mean, to me, it looks almost identical to Beta and what he had on the show. This is the combo mask of half Beta's face and the one that he put on of half Alpha. Isn't this great? I think this is so cool. And he makes these for customers, and I will get to the prices here in a second. So let's go on to some more pictures. And this is the partially done Beta mask right here. Wesley's also involved in a lot of cosplay. For those of you guys who don't know what that is a very big thing these days of costume reenactments for particular shows. He's heavily involved in that for The Walking Dead. Big time player in cosplay for The Walking Dead. So now let me show you some pictures of Kimmy and all the celebrities she met. So that's Kimmy with, of course, Daryl. And Kimmy, this is right behind Norman Reedus's and Greg Nicotero's restaurant in Georgia, right? I believe so. Kim Cobb is giving us a shocking look face on Instagram. So this is Kimmy and Norman Reedus behind Nick and Norman's restaurant in Sonoy, Georgia. And then we have Kimmy and Alpha. Kimmy and Alpha. This looks like a Walker Stalker convention. This is a great picture of you guys right here. Now Alpha looks so tall. I'm assuming those boots she's wearing, those have heels, and that's why she looks so damn tall in this shot. I love these pictures. Summer writes, I need to go to that restaurant. Awesome pictures. So let's get to the next one. Now, for all your Fear fans, this is John from Fear the Walking Dead. And Marko, I knew his name. Marko refreshed my memory before the show, and I've completely forgotten the poor guy's name. So Marko, please let everybody know the actor's full name. I knew it, and with all the crazy stuff going on today, all the stuff I have to remember, I've forgotten the poor man's real name. So this is the character John from Fear the Walking Dead, and that's Kimmy. I love John's character on Fear. I think he's an amazing addition. His name is Garrett Dillahunt. Kimmy, there you go. Kimmy says it as well. Garrett Dillahunt. Sorry, Garrett, for forgetting your name. Saz also says Garrett Dillahunt in the picture. Thank you, guys. See? I need you guys. I need you guys. My memory can only hold so much information. So let's go on to the next one. Now, guys, June's name. I need that too. I forgot her real name as well. Marko sent me that right before the show. Wait, his name is in the picture? Holy shit, it is. Okay. All right, Hard Productions, you're right. His name is right there. Okay, I've had a long day. So my apologies, guys. His name was right fucking there, and I missed it. Garrett Dillahunt. All right. I just totally look like a jackass. That's why I love live shows. And I don't mind looking like a jackass. Sorry, Garrett. I can't even read, apparently. That is so funny. His freaking name was right there, and I had to ask for help. Now, before her name is not there. June's name. There we go. Jenna Elfman. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Marko. Jenna Elfman. June. Also known as Naomi. Didn't she also go by another name, too? The woman with many names on Fear the Walking Dead. Before we got to her real name. But, she was a little kind of a dodgy character there in the beginning. You thought you could trust her, but she always, turned tail and ran away until she finally settled in with the group there. But I really like her character on The Walking Dead. I really like her character. Marko writes, Dharma and Greg was her first show on TV. Yes, she's also known as Laura. Naomi, Laura, and June, the woman of many names. So there you go. I love this picture, Kimmy. I love this picture. So we have one final picture that Kimmy took of her tour on the Walking Dead set. And Kimmy, this is Alexandria, correct? It looks exactly like Alexandria. I just need you to confirm that this is the Walking Dead tour that they give if you ever go down to Sonoy. Hey, Gypsy. on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Kimmy writes, yes, this is Alexandria. So, Kimmy, is that tour... I've seen so many pictures that people have posted about the Walking Dead tour. Is it as amazing as all these pictures that I've seen? They really take you to all the inside hotspots, don't they? Kimmy writes, it's inside the walls, private property. Wow. Private property belonging to the Walking Dead private? Or private property that some guy rents out to the Walking Dead? Kimmy writes, it's only available times. So, okay. Summer writes, I need to go on that tour. Me too, Summer. You know, Summer, maybe one day you, I, Marko, and anybody else who wants to join us, we can all meet up in Sonoy and do the tour. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I think that'd be great. All of us viewers here on Dead Talk Live meet up in Sonoy, and there'll be so much of us, they'll have to just give us, just block out the whole day just for us. Hard Production writes, yeah, we should all go to get together and do that. Summer write, oh, hex, yeah, I'm down for that. Sonoy, Georgia, I'm in Northern Virginia, so what, we got North Carolina, South Carolina, and then Georgia. I'm figuring it's about, what, maybe 400 to 500 mile drive, you know, maybe 8-9 hours. Not that bad, not that bad. I can do that drive in we can do that drive in a day. Marko's in too. That's awesome. Marko could come down from New York City, stop over at my house, and then the next day we can continue down in Sonoy. I'm not kidding, guys. We should definitely do that. All of us from the show should just agree to meet up in Sonoy somewhere. And, Marko is a hotel manager. I know I'm putting Marko on the spot now. But Marko is a hotel manager in New York City. So I'm sure he might be able to get us some kind of group discount. Sorry, brother, I'm putting you on the spot there. But, maybe you can work out a big group discount for a lot of us Walking Dead fans. Gypsy writes, I want to go, but it's too far from Seattle. Oh, come on, Gypsy. Airplanes. Kimmy writes, pick me up in South Carolina. We will. Marko writes, I know you are. I'm putting Marko on the spot here. That's awesome. Okay, guys, that's the end of the pictures. TWD Soul writes, I'm scared for Norman. Why are you scared for Norman? TWD Soul on YouTube. Kimmy also writes, they have cute little places to stay. I'm sure they do. Can you imagine the amount of tourists that have sprung up since that show has started shooting there? I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. How that's probably become like such a hot tourist spot. So, anyway, let's move on here. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, let's see what we have here. Let me flip the camera back. Alright, here we go. So, Pollyanna McIntosh, who plays Jadis on the TV show. Kimmy writes, I can hook us up with that too. Awesome. That's great, Kimmy. Thank you so much. Pollyanna McIntosh, who plays Jadis on the show, did an interview where she teased about what could have happened to Rick after the helicopter took him away, and her possible roles in the movies and so on. So, of course, as always, I read through all the fluff pieces, and I pulled out the interesting piece to read out to you guys. So basically, here's what the article says. While no one knows all too much about the films, it has recently been claimed things could get pretty dark for the Alexandrian leader. According to We Got This Covered, the next 3 installments will have twisted plots, seeing Rick alive and well after being taken to a human encampment that aims to find a cure for the zombie problem. The publication states scientists will have a mad side that includes experimenting on unwilling human subjects and being a little bit twisted, as the series antagonists tend to be. Furthermore, it's said that something will happen in season 11 that leads to a number of characters heading out to go rescue Rick and help him escape from where he's being held. Now that's an interesting part right there. While no one knows all too much about the films, it has recently been claimed things could get pretty dark. Wait, you know what? I copied the same thing over again. Hold on. Let me actually read you guys what I did is when I was piecing this together, instead of piecing the 2 parts together, I pieced the same piece. I duplicated it. Let me just get you guys the actual second part and read it out to you. I am not having a good day today. I am not having a good day. All right, here we go. The article goes on to state... That's not it. According now to what Pollyanna McIntosh said, I may or may not be doing a Walking Dead film that Andy is involved in. Playing Rick, she stated. Let's see what happens. However, when pushed for more information, the actress added, we have to know what happens beyond the helicopter. So that might be something I've got to look forward to. Keeping her cards close to her chest, she added, I can't even say if I'm actually shooting it at all, because I don't know, of course. That would be something fun if we were going to be doing that at some point. So obviously she's not able to talk about whether she is in the movie or not, but we know that she is. We know that she is in the movie. She can't release too much information about it. That whole what intrigued me the most about that article is that whole season 11 thing where something happens that has a number of characters. I don't know if they're leaving the show, but something happens that causes them to go out to find Rick. I don't know how that's going to play out. TWD Soul on YouTube writes, he posted tweets of him protesting and hugging randoms without a face mask. I hope he didn't catch anything. Oh, about Norman. Yeah. You know, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Kimmy writes, that's okay, we forgive you. Kim Cobb on Instagram writes, wow. Trust God is giving us the scary look. Jay Averia is giving us the smiley love look. Kimmy writes, no, sorry, got to the end. So anyway, guys, like I said, a lot of exciting stuff going on today. I'm glad I was able to share the pictures. Now, for any of you guys, now we're going to talk to Wesley. He's the guy who makes the mask. He's the guy who was on The Walking Dead, Stranger Things, and Cobra Kai. He's going to be our guest Thursday night. And we'll get more information about the masks at that point. But according to what I've seen him post, those masks go anywhere between $300 to $400. If you're just ordering one to where he has a mold already made, you can get your very own handcrafted alpha or beta mask for between $300 to $400. Now that's a good deal. I think that's a good deal. If you have the money and you're really looking for a kick-ass souvenir or something to even wear on Halloween that is almost an exact replica to what they've been using on the show, I think that's a good deal. So, we'll get some more information from him on Thursday, but they apparently run anywhere between $300 to $400. Now, he also has the option that he gives his customers of getting it specialized. You can do different hair colors for Alpha. You can do variations in the face. Let's say you want, you imagine Alpha having a different Whisperer mask. And of course that's going to cost more because he has to design a whole new mold. Totally makes sense. But he'll do it. From what I've read, he'll do it. And you can get your own custom mask, one that nobody's ever seen. You can design your own Whisperer mask. I mean, how freaking cool is that? I mean, I'm just getting all these ideas of like all these characters that we have lost in the past. For example, people have brought up Aaron's partner, Eric, from the show, as possibly being that Whisperer holding Aaron up with the gun using Eric's face. But just using him as an example, let's say you do want an Eric Whisperer mask, or, a Gamma Whisperer mask. I'm not talking about the one she was wearing when she was alive. I'm talking about her face after she died and after Beta killed her and she turned. Guys, give me some other characters that we have lost in the past that you think would make great Whisperer masks. I don't know if that's part of what Wesley does, but that's where my mind goes. A Glenn Whisperer mask. Or like this background behind me, a Carl Whisperer mask. Look at Enid right there. Okay? Can you imagine getting a mask designed just like Enid's face? I mean, that is what really amazes me. Kaylin is waving at us. Hey, Kaylin. Walking Dead 701. The man behind you, a Carl Whisperer mask. Exactly. Trust God writes, Michonne is on her way to find Rick. Yes, she is. Andrew Valentine writes Dale. That's a good one right there. Hard Productions writes Governor. Wow, a Governor Walker mask. That would be kick ass. What are you thinking, Hard Productions? Eye patch or no eye patch for the Governor? Scott Wilson, another good one. Herschel. Mickey the Cowboy writes, imagine Rick's face as a mask. Now there's a good one. CC Wheezy, Shane. I mean, possibilities are endless. You can take any character that we've lost over the last 10 years in any way and have their mask be transformed into a Whisperer mask. Just amazing. The possibilities are amazing. Lionel Fontas 51 writes, Glenn is the best. I agree. Walking Dead 701 writes, there wouldn't be a need for an eye patch because they cut out the eyes. Agreed. I know. I just thought it would be funny to ask for the Governor. Lionel Fontas 51 writes, Glenn. Hard Productions on YouTube writes, I'd say no eye patch, but you could put one on over it if you wanted. I think it'd be great. I know obviously they cut out the eye parts for the mask, but, if you're putting on the Governor's, face mask as a Whisperer, I would take an eye patch and put it over the face. I think that would be kick-ass. I would do it. I would totally do it. Andrew Valentin writes Abraham. Absolutely. Mickey the Cowboy writes, well, that's what I remember. And then Kim Cobb writes, I like Beth. I love Beth. Beth is so sweet to see a Whisperer mask. Nah, I don't want to see Beth as a Whisperer mask. I guess she's the one character who's just so sweet. I don't know. I guess she's probably the only one on the show that I would not want to see her having a Whisperer mask. I don't know why, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I feel like it'd be desecrating her memory. Anybody else, including Rick, no problem. But for some reason, Beth just doesn't sit right. Sophia, Lizzie, yeah, I would love a Lizzie mask. You know, I don't know how Brighton Charbonneau, who's the actress, would feel about her face being replicated as a zombie walker, but I think that'd be kick-ass as well. So, goddamn, we're already 46 minutes into this show. Let's talk a little bit about our topic today. I know we're having a lot of fun discussing this, but I do want to talk about our what I showed in our opening clip, and that was the relationship between Alpha and Lydia. You know, that scene where Alpha confronts Lydia at the fair and wants to bring her back into the Whisperers, and Lydia refuses to go, threatens her mom that I can scream and anybody here will kill you. Do you guys think that if Lydia would have went with Alpha, Tara, Enid, Henry, and all the rest of them would not have been killed that night? Or do you think regardless, if Lydia went with her mom or stayed behind, she was going to kill them regardless? I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on that. You know, I personally think that whether Lydia went or stayed, Alpha had her plan and she was going to stick with it. I think she was going to whack everybody. Hard Production writes, Alpha would have killed him anyways. I agree. Gypsy Road writes, he said he was cool in the Zombieland and the extra scene with him in the second was cool. Regardless, Saz agrees, regardless, she would have killed him. Gypsy Roads, they all would have died. I totally agree. Walking Dead 701 writes, no, either way, it would have been an example. If she stayed, this is what we do to your friends. If she left with her, this is what you do when you rebel. Yeah, I agree. Everybody seems to agree. Marko too. Alpha would have killed him. And I'm pretty sure it was late at night when she approached Lydia, where Lydia refused to go with her. And by that time, if I'm remembering the timeline correct, she had everybody kidnapped already. Because Henry was missing. Henry was supposed to meet Lydia in that theater, and he didn't show up. So I think she had him all kidnapped. But if you remember, she had the Whisperers kidnap everybody that they were going to kill, but they didn't kill them until she arrived. So that really opens up the question again. They waited for her. So maybe, I don't think so, but maybe she kidnapped them as like a backup plan in case Lydia did not go back with her and rejoin the Whisperers, and she did what she did. Maybe if Lydia did go back with Alpha, maybe she would not have killed them. Maybe she would not have killed all of them. Maybe she may have killed one or two to make her point, spared the rest. Bottom line is, we do know for a fact is that they were alive until Alpha showed up. They were kept alive in that barn until Alpha showed up. So I guess that's for everyone to decide. It's an opinion question. There's no right or wrong answer. But it's a fact that she did keep them alive. She gave strict orders, kidnapped them, hold them until I came back. Mickey the Cowboy writes, either way, she would have still. Yeah. Walking Dead writes, if Lydia would have gone, it could have been, we are letting you go, but remember, we were able to sneak into your base and kidnap many of you. Exactly. Deputy Thomas 1 is waving at us on Instagram. Thank you for joining us, Deputy Thomas. Kim Cobb writes, she would have killed them regardless. Walking Dead 701 also writes, no, either way, it would have been an example. Exactly. But like I said, it just opens the possibility as to why she gave the order to keep them alive for the amount of time that she did. Hard Productions on YouTube writes, maybe it would have been worse. Alpha didn't attack because Lydia was there, right? Yeah, true. Summer writes, I don't think she would have killed them. I think she would have made Lydia kill one of them, possibly Henry, then whispered on. That happened actually before. Before Henry died, Henry was captured by the Whisperers, and Lydia was being egged on by her mom to execute him, and that's before Daryl came in to rescue them. Daryl and Connie came and rescued Henry, and they believe they took Lydia back with them as well. But Alpha had plans for her daughter to prove her allegiance by taking out Henry. That was definitely her plan. But like we said, Daryl came in and rescued them. Gypsy Road has to go, but love your show and everybody in the chat. Thank you, Gypsy Road. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good night. Have a good night, Gypsy. Mickey the Cowboy writes, I felt like Henry was stupid to me. He was a teenager in love. I mean, what teenager in love is not stupid? No offense to our teenagers out there, but I mean, really. I don't want to offend any of our teenagers, but he was a teenager in love with Lydia. So, yeah, when you're a teenager and you're in love, yeah, you don't think with your head. Oh, but Mickey writes, but the poor Carol, absolutely. Mickey also says, I mean, not just the love. CC Wheezy is laughing. Deputy Thomas, it's true, but he did the right thing. Yeah. What right thing are you actually referring to, Deputy Thomas 1? I'm assuming you're talking about Henry. I'm just keeping an eye on the time here. I don't want us to get cut off. Walking Dead 701 writes, speaking of Connie, where do you believe she is? I don't know where she is, but I believe she's alive. I really do believe she is alive. I know the actress had another project, and they gave her some time off from the show to do it. But I think we're going to see her, whether it's going to be in the finale or next season. I think she's fine. Summer writes, Henry first liked Enid. Yes, he did. That's why he wanted to go to Hilltop. That's why he wanted to leave the kingdom. At least the unspoken reason why he wanted to leave the kingdom. He gave Ezekiel and Carol a whole bunch of other excuses as to why he wanted to go to Hilltop, but he liked Enid. But Enid was involved with Alden, and when he saw that, he was pretty upset. Marko goes on to write, I think she penetrated the herd and will have a great role in the finale. Danny is giving us a thumbs up. Thumbs up, Danny. Thank you for joining us. CC Weezy writes, she may be walking in the horde. Yes, and we know that for a fact that she was in that horde that was mixed in, that was attacking Hilltop with Magna, but they got separated. Deputy Thomas writes, he kind of did save her. He did save her. There's no doubt about that. CC Weezy writes, I think Connie is walking in the horde. So, yeah, I think Connie is fine. I think Connie is coming back. Going back to the mother-daughter relationship between Alpha and Lydia, what's really to say about that besides the fact that Alpha brainwashed her. That's why Lydia was so terrified when she was captured and she was brought into this community that her mother was telling her since the apocalypse doesn't exist anymore. And you guys remember that scene when Henry took her out of the cell and brought her outside, and she saw people like hanging laundry and whatever. It was at night, and it freaked her out so much that she wanted to get put back into her cell. It just freaked her out. And it's very hard for us to imagine, but imagine being a little kid when the world falls apart and you don't remember what the world was like before, and your mother brainwashes you all the way through your teenage years that world no longer exists. This is the world we live in. The dead rule this world. We just walk amongst them. And now she's been taken to this place where people are living in, a civilized way in a community, somewhat makeshift civilization. So no wonder she was just shocked. Let's see what's going on Instagram. CC Wheezy, but she's in the Horde. Mickey the Cowboy writes, yep. Marko writes, I have a question for the fans. What name would you give Alpha if she had one? That's a good one. Kimmy writes Jane. Trust God writes Rose. Kim Cobb writes Julie. Mickey writes Bella. Mickey, are you a Twilight fan? For Bella? Marko writes, good name, or even the first woman of Eden. CC also says Mary. Yeah, Mary was Gamma's name. Walking Dead 701 writes Erica. Poyraz has joined us on Twitter. Thank you for joining us, Poyraz. Glad you could join us. We're almost at the end of our show, but we're on every night at 9:30 p.m. We hope you can continue to join us. So guys, Summer on YouTube says Beverly. Saz, before we go, Alpha's real name. What do you think would be what do you think Alpha's real first name? What does she look like to you? I want to get Saz's opinion on what Alpha's first name might be. This is just for fun. We're just guessing here. Kimmy writes, Marco's good. Eve or Eden? Hard Production says K. I could see K. I don't know. For some reason, Saz writes Julie. For some reason, we're almost out of time, guys. But for some reason, when I just remember Alpha and that whole Negan scene, Temptress comes to mind. The name Temptress. I don't know why. I mean, Samantha Morton as Alpha, her real name. I know Temptress is not even a real name, but that's just what flashes in my mind. Temptress. Maybe it has a whole scene of her seducing Negan and that whole just bad mental image there that's coming back up. Anyway, guys, we're out of time tonight. This has been a fascinating hour. You guys have been great. I have made a lot of screw-ups today. I want to thank all of you for bailing me out with the names. It was a rough night for me here with the mic, but you guys always make it easy. Poyraz has a question. What do you think of the 10th season? I love it. I love it, Poyraz. I love the 10th season. I want to say goodnight. Thank you to Marko. Thank you to all our Instagram people who contributed tonight. Thank you to Saz, Heart Productions, Summer, Gypsy Road, Kimmy, thank you so much. Welcome to our show as an official member of our show. You guys are all official members of our show. We're all work together. I'm about to be cut off. I'm literally out of time. Till tomorrow night, guys. Stay walking.